Injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today. When daily energy fades and your drive just isn't what it used to be, Game Day Men's Health helps you step back into top form. Game Day Men's Health is one of the country's fastest growing clinics, and they focus on men's wellness, providing customized solutions with professionalism and privacy in mind. Testosterone optimization, weight management, vitamin injections, and shockwave therapy are just a few of the many things they offer. Restore your energy and rediscover confidence with the help of Game Day Men's Health, because every man deserves to feel his best every day. Visit them online at GameDayMen'sHealth.com today or in person at one of their 2 locations in Omaha.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at Nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at Nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at Nebco.com.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms this afternoon. Otherwise, mainly sunny with a light breeze and a high near 72. Tonight, mainly clear skies with light winds, a low around 43. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high near 70. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket, and theticketfm.com.
Welcome summer with Red, White, and Barbecue. Hog Wild will be open this Memorial Day from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs or a family pack loaded with your favorite choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous barbecue sauce. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends, and let Hog Wild do the cooking. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Jumpstart your summer to the max. Walk into any Max Tan in Lincoln and get a $5 standing tan session or a $5 red light wellness booth session. Your summer tan starts today with $5 sessions at Max Tan with 3 Lincoln locations.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to this wonderful Wednesday. The sun is shining. It's 55 degrees down here in the capital city, 1040 O Street. We got me and Jackson here in the mothership. Jackson's holding down the ones and twos. Jackson, good morning to you, my man.
Good morning.
High of 69 today. We've got AG in Palm Springs, West Palm. Is it
West Palm Beach, buddy. West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. I was going to say West Palm Beach, Palm Springs. No, West Palm Beach. AG, what you looking at temp-wise today, my man?
Man, it's beautiful. 78 and partly sunny.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Nice.
I love it. AG, what do you got on the docket today, man?
I'm going to do the show and then hang out with my buddy and his wife for a couple more hours and then head to the airport.
Nice. Nice. Love it, man. You got beautiful weather to do it today, and I'm glad it's been nice for the whole time. Rafferty, you had an interesting night in Huntsville, Alabama last night with the weather. Tell us about it, my man.
Yep, we made it through, thankfully. It got a little crazy. We had some big hail that landed by us, had some tornadoes that were close to us, but all in all, we came out all right, thankfully. So
how the V turn out for yours?
You know, I've just kind of putting it off. I'm probably go out there after the show and check it out. I went out there last night and looked a little bit, but it was still raining and stuff. So I'm sure there's a couple dents. I posted a video on my Twitter of the hail that was bouncing off the ground about 3 feet high after it hit the ground. So it was great.
Yeah, it was some crazy inclement weather. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad your power's back on because you guys were out power for a while. So I'm glad that you were good to go. And AG, I hope your travels go safely and smoothly back to Houston, my man. Folks, we got, again, a shortened show today because we got state baseball that's going on. Nick will be out there in Austin. We'll join him later. The first thing I want to tell the folks, we want to get from you for this first 20 minutes, your reactions about last night's baseball game walk-off. It was, Raff, I know you didn't have power, so I was kind of filling you in on it. AG, did you ever look at the stats? You have a chance to peep it out at all?
I saw a highlight clip of everything, and I'm like saying to myself, this is what I'm really not surprised because they've been through the muck and the mud of playing games where they could have done better and they didn't, and now they're kind of starting to pick up that momentum at the right time, basically. So it was just interesting. It was fun to see.
Absolutely. It was a game to where I was up past my bedtime, but I'm like, there's no way I'm going to bed with the game hanging in the balance like it was right here. I want to get you guys to the text line. Text in your opinions. Excuse me. Boy, I'm still sneezing from that.
Yeah.
Jack, a little bit of it too. What was your kind of just your overall analysis?
Wow. that was quite the ending to that game. I mean, I turned it on at one point. I think it was in the 8th inning. I was like, we were like, all right, but I was like, I think we're gonna lose this game. I turned it back off. Next thing you know,
come on, Jackson.
Like,
Come on, man.
I know. And then we're it's like I can't remember what time it was, but I was like, is that game still going on? Because I hadn't heard anything yet. And I turned it back on, and it's right as I thought, and everybody else thought the game was about to end. And then all of a sudden, the Michigan State player just does what every baseball player just dreads for. It just drops the game-winning catch.
I think
unbelievable.
I feel like I said, obviously we won it, but I feel sorry for Parker Peacock, the guy that dropped, but at the same time, not enough to feel sorry for winning the game. And we had to do the ball don't lie. It happened the way it was. But literally, if he catches that ball, the game's done. I mean, it's over. And it's Journal Star had a great article about it, and on the news last night had a great article, commentary about it. but this was a perfect segue for what it said. From dejection to delirium. Dejection to delirium. Raff and AG, literally the number of guys we left on base during that game. I've been looking at the total stats on that to know what it is, but it was a lot. There was a lot of guys we left on base. And I tell you what, I just want to focus on this game before we look at Oregon on Friday. But man, that was one of the most frustrating parts is the number of guys, number of points we left out there all night long.
Yeah, I say moving forward though. So what? This game over. We got the win. And sorry to cut your rant off of AD, but this is the baseball that I told you that if they keep fighting type of games, they'll just be right there and something's going to happen. That's something happened with the outfielder dropping the ball and giving them the confidence and the momentum. And this is why you just, no matter what the season looked like, no matter what the game looks like in the beginning and the ending before that and the inning before that, you just keep fighting and playing, and then something's going to happen. If you keep pushing the for positive gamemanship and stuff like that in terms of what you're doing as a team, you try to hit the ball the best you can. You try to get the ball into play. You're stealing bases, striking guys out, doing the best to your ability. And if that effort is there, it's going to match up again with somebody making a mistake on the other side. And we saw that. And that's all we wanted. We want to make sure these guys keep playing. We want to keep watching them play in the Big Ten tourney right now. And right now we do. We got extra games to play. We got an extra game to play and watch.
Absolutely. Raff, when I sent you that error that we had, the unforced error, were you think that I sent you a clip from maybe Angels in the Outfield movie when I sent you that clip?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. I was like, oh boy. And then your first thought is like, well, this might not be the night for Nebraska. But speaking of Angels in the Outfield, I mean, a lot of the Nick Hanleys of the world, Ben McLaughlin's have said it. It's almost like there was a higher power watching out last night, maybe like an Angel, maybe like a Greg Sharp, something like that. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, there was definitely that happened. I mean, that game was for all sense and purposes over. And then for Nebraska to pull it out in that style, it's almost think that, maybe somebody was watching down on Nebraska last night.
For sure.
Bill and Bennett, good morning. He goes, the baseball gods were definitely smiling on us last night. Yes, they were. IQ Crew, good morning to you as well. Both fourth runs were scored on botched plays. Yep, dropped ball for the Huskers run. A Sparty scored on a botched pickoff throw to second. The base is loaded. And you guys, it was things just like that. You just mentioned Bill and Bennett. You just scratched your head at. Joe B says, was baseball karma? Nebraska gave MSU 3 runs. Shouldn't have been that close, GBR. Dirty Tony, the boys I know, number of points, number of runs. My bag, my brother. My bag, my brother. Old Dad 34, baseball team needs to stop trying to give me a heart attack. And what did I tell you what did I tell you, Jackson? I said, man, I was like, I was literally speechless last night.
Yeah.
I was literally speechless, watching this whole thing go on because you guys, it seemed like, and I was so concerned, gentlemen, about the number of pitchers that we were using and the number of walks that took place, gentlemen.
Hey, the pitchers, the lowdown, as a coach and what they have, what they can and cannot do. And I say to your advantage, you just got to make sure the outfielders they do their job. Knowing the pitching is not the best pitching, but they're doing their best. It's not the best, but they're doing their best, and just everybody else support. So we only have, I believe, one error, out there, and that's huge because that one error kept us in the game. They had 2 errors more than us to get us there, get us to the win. So it just one of those things that, hey, you got what you got, and now we got to just look at the lineup. It's like who's up next tomorrow or the next day, if the game's today or tomorrow. That's all we got to do as a coach. That's all they got to do as a coaching staff, and go and keep going on this momentum, keep it riding high, keep the motivation among the players at a top brimming over, so they understand what they got cooking. Because any team that's got it, so you got what you said, Oregon or Oregon State, Oregon. Trust me, they do not want to play Nebraska right now. Nobody will want to play Nebraska right now because they understand. Nebraska understands the feeling of defeat, right? They've been there numerous times in a situation where they had it under control and it didn't work out. These other teams may not. And so they have the experience of playing through that in terms of our Huskers. So these other teams right now may not, and that's going to be the advantage they could have over Oregon and any other team. If once they, I'll say once they get past Oregon to the next team after that.
Raff, you think about the way Nebraska won last night. You can throw the style points out of it. At this point, you're in postseason play. It's just win. I don't care how ugly it is, how great it is. It's just win. And it was another, obviously, just mind-numbing, mind-blowing fashion for a walk-off. The game's not until Friday. Nebraska doesn't take on Oregon until Friday. So they got some days. Are you concerned at all with the bullpen with as many guys that pitched on last night?
Well, I was just going to say that. I at first, the way that game started off, I was like, oh, no, we're going to really have to go deep into the bullpen, and we're going to ruin a lot of arms, and they might not be ready to go come Friday if we're able to get the win, or even if we lost, we still would have to play again. But you got to give a lot of credit to like the Tucker Timmermans of the world and the Luke Brodericks of the world that they ate up some innings last night for Nebraska, which is going to give them a shot that they're going to have some bullpen arms. I would think that Drew Crystal will be ready to go again on Friday.
Yeah.
Luke Broderick probably will be out, I would guess, on Friday, but you never know with those relievers, the way their schedules are set up. So he might be able to give you an inning on Friday. So I think it was a credit to the Nebraska bullpen last night that we did not have to go and use 8 pitchers or anything crazy like that. So I think they'll be good to go on Friday.
Yeah, they moneyballing this thing right here. That's what they're doing right now. They're moneyballing it to whatever pitcher that goes into the, on the mound, they understand what they got to do. They got to strike out at least one guy. If you could let your pitching staff know, like for every pitcher that goes on the mound, 1 or 2 guys, because then the next guy will come in and support you and have their back. And that's what you saw between Ty, between Tucker, between Drew out there. Drew comes out there and deals 1.2 scoreless innings with just 1 hit. So having that type of support and structure mentally going out there and say, hey, we got to, as a pitching staff, we got to do this for each other. We got to at least strike 1, 2 guys out or more, because then that'll help us, and then get the hits that we need in the position, put us in the position to get the win, to be ready there. At least, their hitting could have not been there. And then that drop ball wouldn't have meant nothing. But knowing the hit was there and all that. And so this is what you got to look forward to in this next game, against Oregon, because right now you got the 2 days of rest, which is great. Now, Drew, Ty, and other pitchers that are, that didn't pitch can then really get ready and then go with the same type of game plan. Work on, getting 1 or 2 guys up. That's all we want. Just focus on that. Don't try to be in, worry about getting a no hitter or 1 hitter. Just try to strike the person out that's at the plate.
Well, in the pool play, Nebraska, of course, knocks off number 12. Not knocks off. We were 8 seeded. They were 12 seeded. 5-4. Michigan State will take on Oregon in a meaningless game because Michigan State is going home regardless. So in Oregon, if they lose, it doesn't mean anything to Oregon either, because top seeded, they win it, but the tie would go to Nebraska because we beat Michigan State. We will take on number 1 seeded Oregon. That game is Friday at 7 p.m. in Pool B. Illinois and Michigan. I was watching the highlights of that one. That was a back and forth game. Number 11th seeded Illinois knocked off 7th seeded Michigan 6-5. Illinois will take on UCLA, number 2 seeded UCLA, tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Pool B. And Michigan will take on Thursday. They'll play UCLA again. UCLA will play again Thursday at 11 a.m. In Pool C, what took place, Rutgers, number 10th seeded, took care of Indiana 5-2. Rutgers will take on Iowa today at 7 p.m. And Indiana will take on the winner of that, take on Iowa again on Friday at 3 p.m. In Pool D, you got Penn State and Washington at 3 p.m. today. Penn State versus USC at 3 p.m. Tomorrow. And I just actually be on Thursday, so tomorrow. And then you get number 5, Washington will take on USC again Friday at 11 a.m. on all the pools. And then the winners will advance to semifinals on Saturday. So Nebraska still's got a lot of work to do along with many other teams. It's going to be an interesting game on Friday for sure. And to both of your points, you got the win. Jackson, I'll tell you this. I'll say this, though. If Nebraska plays like they did last night against the top-ranked Oregon, they will get boat raced. Oregon will make you pay the price. Remind me of the Patriots, of how they would wait for you to make a mistake, and they would slowly drown you with every mistake. It was like death by 1,000 cuts. What's your thoughts on it, my man?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. If they perform like that against Oregon, Oregon's going to take full advantage of it and just beat the brakes off of them. So you can't perform like that. And to your point earlier, AD, I was able to pull up the stats. Huskers left 11 runners on base last night. 11. It's a lot. How does it work?
That cost you in a game against a team like Oregon, because like you just mentioned, a team like them is going to make you pay the price, because Michigan State was ranked like 227th in the country as far as offense goes, and Oregon is not going to allow that unless they just have. Now, anything can happen. Don't get me wrong. Anything can happen, because we saw that last night there in Omaha. At the same time, Oregon is rated number 1 for a reason. You go back and throw it at, again, I go to the Patriots just because they were that team back in the day that they made you pay the price for every mistake you made. You flip it back to baseball. Oregon has been that team this year who has done that. So it's just, you got to go out and take care of business, man. Leave 11 guys on base. That is not going to cut it against a team of this caliber. So, but nevertheless, Nebraska gets the win. They got it done, and that's all that matters. And they've got some good rest coming up. All right. So that's going to help them out tremendously on Friday night. I can't wait to check that one out. And hopefully the weather continues to cooperate, because you guys, weather here is not supposed to be all that warm the entire week here in Nebraska. Lincoln and Omaha areas. So for the 10-day, Friday's the high is only 65. You know, by the time that game kicks off, it's not going to be 65 at that point with a 60% chance of storms. So it'll be interesting if the Big Ten makes some moves as far as moving game times earlier or making them closer together with a lot less gap in between. So Nebraska takes care of business last night. Joe B, good morning to you, brother. I'm pulling your text up right here. Joe B, it says Michigan State pitcher was a pitcher of the year in the Big Ten, though. That dude was good. Yes, he was good. And I think he was consistently throwing 90-power heat balls, man, the whole time he was up there. And there's a reason why he was the pitcher of the year. John and Cortland says style points for well performed. Belly flop. Put it in the pocket, thankfully. And next up, yes, indeed. It was definitely that. Folks, when we come back, there was a lot of NBA action that took place last night. Also in football, little news, Nebraska is going to get a linebacker who's already committed somewhere to come visit campus next month. So we'll discuss that as well when we come back. It's The Drive. We got Raff holding down in Huntsville. They did not blow away. We got HE down in the Florida area for a few more hours. We got me and Jackson here at the mothership. We'll be right back.
Welcome summer with Red, White, and Barbecue. Hog Wild will be open this Memorial Day from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs or a family pack loaded with your favorite choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous barbecue sauce. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends, and let Hog Wild do the cooking. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try a pesto BLT or a pizza bagel for lunch. Also, enjoy a new energy fusion drink in a variety of flavors and get a caramel latte with 10% of all sales going to the Hope Venture. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
When daily energy fades and your drive just isn't what it used to be, Game Day Men's Health helps you step back into top form. Game Day Men's Health is one of the country's fastest growing clinics, and they focus on men's wellness, providing customized solutions with professionalism and privacy in mind. Testosterone optimization, weight management, vitamin injections, and shockwave therapy are just a few of the many things they offer. Restore your energy and rediscover confidence with the help of Game Day Men's Health, because every man deserves to feel his best every day. Visit them online at GameDayMen'sHealth.com today or in person at one of their 2 locations in Omaha.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more. Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Ahman Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Ahman Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back here on this beautiful Wednesday at The Drive. Post-Nebraska win, brief celebration of it because it's still business to be taken at hand as far as that goes. Raff, is anybody else still without power in your area? Do you know of?
There might be. There's parts of like Huntsville that got hit pretty hard last night. So there was some damage. Tracy was showing me this morning some pictures of her friends, one of their garages, some roofs. I mean, just some crazy stuff happened last night. So it'll be, I guess, not interesting, but to see, what the final damage totals come out here in the next couple of days.
Absolutely. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. To help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future, give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Gentlemen, before we hop in the NBA, Nebraska received some news from Jordan Campbell. He's a linebacker. He's already committed to Miami. But he was here for the Nebraska's our elite junior camp day and returned in April for the Husker games as well. So he checked that out just a few weeks back. 6'2", 200-pounder. Also plans trips back to Miami, of course, where he's committed. Auburn, Missouri, in addition to the trip here. You guys, let me ask you this. We do it. Of course, we have guys that have committed here and visited other places. What's your thoughts? What does it take, you think, to flip a guy of that caliber?
Man, that's a tough question, AD. It's not. I mean, to convince a player to come to your university, to come to your team, I mean, you basically you don't know what it is because he or she will be hopefully have a list of things and items to check off their boxes. So you're at a disadvantage as a recruiter, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever sport it is. So because for me, like I remember I made a list of things that I had boxes and I would check off when I would go take my visits between the coaching staff, the run scheme, the major that I wanted, things like that. We don't know. I mean, so they got to really poke and prod, ask questions, talk to the player a lot, communicate. That's why communication is a big factor in recruiting because you want to stay on top of all the new things that comes across that player's life, stay connected with them, asking questions. And you're not just doing it just to get them there. You're doing it because you're trying to find out not trying to find out, you want to be connected with this player once they get on campus. And if they don't, it's okay. We'll still, from a distance, if you play in our division or your conference, or maybe a bowl game, we might face your team. You never know. It was all about, trying to connect with you. So it's that connection that you could find, and you'll then find out the ways to try to flip a player if they have some, there is a chance of them flipping to your school. Then you can say, hey, reach out to them, say, how you doing? How mom, dad doing? What's going on in life? I heard you're thinking about going to this school here. So what do we got to do to get you to come our way? And do you have to make another visit here to really mull over things and maybe talk it out with our coaching staff, look at the campus again, whatever it is. You just as a recruiter, you got to make sure you're being genuine because a lot of these, especially today, these kids understand the business very well and they sniff it out fast. And when they could say you don't want them saying, hey man, this is just a cash grab. You're just trying to get me there because you want to put me on your roster to do, to have a good team. Yes, but not as a person. They want to know, you got to really get to understand that person, even though they're a young adult.
AG, you talk about the business side of it, which is huge in this day and age. And you mentioned you were looking at major as far as that goes. I obviously that's still a thing of right now, but that money bag, as we all know. Raff, right now, you look at Nebraska at linebacker position. Obviously, you got the veteran Javian Wright, Jacob Bauer. I'm going to go through these pretty quick. Gage Schlinger, he's a junior. Dylan Rogers, a sophomore. Maverick Newton's a sophomore, who, of course, was injured a little bit. Injured, will be back. Booker will be a senior. Wacker will be a redshirt freshman. Then it goes sophomores, a lot of freshmen. You look at a guy like a Jordan Campbell. Now, there's going to come with a price tag, of course. This guy is highly rated, 153rd nationally, 7th linebacker nationally, number 7 as far as rating. He's also got Missouri, of course, already committed to Miami, but he's still making these trips, what makes that's a question mark behind that. Auburn and Florida State, as far as that goes. What's your selling point to the young man, knowing what we have already in the fold? What's your selling point to him?
You're just not sure. I mean, you have the points that AG made. However, at the end of the day, I think to myself, I'm at a job or I'm committed to a job and another job comes and says, hey, we're interested in you. What is your first question that anybody asks? What's the money? So, I mean, it's always that money's always going to play a part in it. But one thing I do know is that you keep up communications, and it might not, maybe Jordan Campbell, maybe it might not be this year or, but you never know down the road, things might not work out at Miami. So I think you keep up those communications, you have them come visit, you keep up those relations because you never know what will happen in the future. He might not commit right away, but like I said, 2-3 years down the road, you just never know. I think that's why it's just so crucial in this time not to burn bridges. But one thing I do know too is those coaches are out and about and they're scouring the country. I saw that Phil Snow was down in Alabama. He didn't drop by and say hi. I'm a little upset about that, but we'll have talks with him. But then, So those coaches are out and about. So there's a plan for everything. That's one thing I do know about this staff. So it'd be great if somehow we could get him to flip. But if he doesn't flip right away, we still have communications with him. You never know. Things might not work out down there. And then, hey, you give Nebraska a call. So,
there's the thing about the transfer portal, like Raff just mentioned. You make that connection, you develop it, you grow it, you cultivate it, and say, hey, you know what? If you decide to go there, we support you. You made your decision. Hey, but if anything changes, just let us know. We're always here watching. Boom. Exactly. And then that puts the bug in the air, understanding how you have to basically move around and pivot in the industry of college sports right now. Letting the kids know there is still opportunity regardless of where you went year 1 or 2 and potentially 3. But if it's just a couple years and you want to flip, we're going to be here. We're going to definitely want you and bring you in with open arms.
I'll say this before we segue quickly to the NBA for a quick post game of last night's game. Former coach, buddy of mine, he said this about the portal, the way it is right now. No now does not mean no later. Exactly. And so, like you both just reemphasize, keep those lines of communication open. McGee on the text line, good morning to you. You're exactly right. It's money, man. And another individual of mine that's in the coaching business, he goes, it used to be, who's going to be my position coach? What type of defense or offense you're going to run? Can I tour the building and visit a few professors who will be under the major of what I choose to declare? He goes, oh, that's out the window. He goes, it's still there. He goes, but the first thing is, especially with your high, 3 to 5 star recruits in particular, how much is in the bag? Yep. Times have changed, but however, you change with the times. Because the reality is this, either you get changed, you get left behind. We may not like it. You may not do this. What you don't like does not matter. It's happening. It's going on, so you better adjust. Unknown texter 1727, I think he's talking about you, Jackson. He goes, Jackson's grandma and grandpa live in Crete. Not yours?
Not mine.
Not sure whose that is.
Probably.
Well, last night's NBA game, boy, the Thunder throttled the Minnesota Timberwolves. You guys, real fast, before we go to break, you look at all 4 of these teams that are in the Final Four now of NBA basketball finals. You got OKC, Rav's adopted team. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves. You got the Indiana Pacers, and you got the New York Knicks. All 4 of these teams were just kind of under the radar in the year. But one thing about OKC, Raff and AG, if you give me a quick 30-second segment, each one of you real quick, Oklahoma City was 68-14 during the regular season, man. And there still wasn't a lot of talk about them. 68-14 during the regular season. But because New York has that big fan base, obviously big media, you heard a lot more about the other teams than you did OKC. 68-14. They throttled the Timberwolves last night, 114-88. AG, quick 30 seconds. Raff, quick 30 seconds before we go to break.
Yeah, if I got 30 seconds left, AD, appreciate you. But to the point that you said, OKC, young team. That's why you probably heard a whole lot of them. They do have an all-star player in Shea Gillis. He's a great player, but that right there being the age difference between all the usual teams that make it this deep in their season is that part. I say that's probably one of the main reasons you haven't heard a lot about them. But right, that last night was a lot of good defense against the Minnesota's top players. So right there is one of the big reasons they're sitting in this Game 1 victory and looking forward to Game 2 on Thursday.
Yeah, my thing is this. I think this series is one. It's going to come down to what SGA does and what Ant-Man does. I think this is the declaration of who is the new star of the NBA. I know Jokic is there, but I think this is the one that's going to crown, who's going to be that guy for the next 10 years in the NBA.
Tonight's matchup is going to be another great when the Pacers take on the Knicks. That's at 7 p.m. tonight, which will be a great. I'm definitely excited to watch that one to see what goes down. That'll be at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball as far as that goes. Eric, I'm just going to start calling Minnesota Timberwolves at Timbies for you. When we come back, folks, we got the RGT closing comments before we send it out to Nick out in Omaha for state baseball. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in May. Try a pesto BLT or a pizza bagel for lunch. Also, enjoy a new energy fusion drink in a variety of flavors and get a caramel latte with 10% of all sales going to the Hope Venture. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
Now's the time to lock in the best deal of the year on a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Sprayer Early Order Program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray. Target weeds with precision and cut herbicide use. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Don't forget, secure early order savings and get the sprayer that maximizes every pass. Visit your Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
When daily energy fades and your drive just isn't what it used to be, Game Day Men's Health helps you step back into top form. Game Day Men's Health is one of the country's fastest growing clinics, and they focus on men's wellness, providing customized solutions with professionalism and privacy in mind. Testosterone optimization, weight management, vitamin injections, and shockwave therapy are just a few of the many things they offer. Restore your energy and rediscover confidence with the help of Game Day Men's Health, because every man deserves to feel his best every day. Visit them online at GameDayMen'sHealth.com today or in person at one of their 2 locations in Omaha.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to SmokingGunJerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back on this beautiful Wednesday. Raff, that's a beautiful Hawaiian shirt you got on there, man. Is that a Polo Hawaii 5-0 action shirt?
This is called a golf shirt, AD.
You golfing today, bro?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Raff is like, AG, Raff is like, we ain't got no power, so I'm going golfing.
I mean, this morning's turn, it's beautiful here this morning. It's probably the best it's been for probably 2 weeks. So hopefully that all the clouds and the storms have pushed away, and now the sun is back and shining and all that good stuff.
You'll take it. You'll take it. Raff, I got one. I know you got one too, but Raff, tell me something. What does Renew Your Auto do best for you? What do they do best, man?
Everything.
They do everything great. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Renew. Call or text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3858, or visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray in-bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing and undercoating, and so much more. So give Nate, Eric, or David a text or call today at 402-833-3858 and learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. Raff, if we got some door issues, what do we do, my man?
Oh, you definitely got to go to Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hahn and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Raff, before you hop into the RGT, we want to give a shout out and our condolences to Norm. George Wendt, best known for playing Norm on the sitcom Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, 76 years old. He was born in Chicago in 1948. Joined improv in the Second City in the 70s, and in 1882 he landed the role of Norm Peterson, where he was known for all of his one-liners and just kept you in stitches. Appeared in 275 episodes altogether on the hit show. Appeared on a variety of TV shows as well. The 1985 movies Fletch, 1992 Forever Young, and also Sabrina the Teenage Witch and the Goldbergs. Man, Norm was a funny dude, man. So God rest his soul, and thoughts and condolences to his family. Raff, what you got, my man?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to a buddy of mine. It is his birthday today. He is celebrating. His name is Adam Dodworth. Adam is the owner and proprietor of the Copper Kettle there on North 12th Street, Lincoln.
Yes.
Just a great dude. It's one of those people that, you don't think about it. And the next thing you know, you've been friends with the guy for 20 years. He's always there. Definitely a staple of Lincoln. Just a great person. And I just wanted to wish Adam a very happy birthday. And you are Raff's Good Take.
I echo that, man. Adam him and his bride are just amazing people, have done a lot and continue to do a lot for the community here, not only through their through businesses, but through philanthropy, volunteerism, and just solid people, man. So again, I echo that, and happy birthday to you, Adam. This morning's AD Attitude Adjustment, folks, is something I posted this morning. I sometimes ask myself, are you waiting or just delaying what you know needs to be done? I'm going to repeat that. I sometimes ask myself, are you waiting or just delaying what you know needs to be done. Urgency, folks, isn't about panic. It's about purpose. Stop stalling and start moving. The clock isn't pausing for my excuses nor yours. And folks, I am very good at becoming a manufacturing company when it comes to getting some things done. I know you need to get it done. So time doesn't stop. It's going to keep ticking. You know, AG, remember that movie in House Party 2, AG, when that professor said, time waits for no man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
AG, what you got for us, my brother?
Man, probably. I mean, I'm gonna just piggyback on top of that. You know, when you got things on a list, or you have a list, and you want to mark those things off, just take one thing at a time and accomplish that goal or things on that list to get done. Because once you do that, you're setting yourself up for a success, because you put out the goals, you put out the task, and then the next thing you got to do is simply accomplish them by doing and taking action, and not just thinking about it. Thinking about it is one part of the process, but the other process is the action to get it done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hizzlebear, my man, I'm pulling your text up. Good morning to you, Hizzlebear. You know I'm going to read yours thoroughly before I read what you got to say on yours. My text line is taking a few minutes for me on mine. Raff, you got it on yours, my man?
Yes.
I got it right here. There you go, Raff.
Happy birthday to Hizzlebear's mom. Hizzlebear's mom's birthday is today, so I hope she has a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday to your mom, Hizzlebear, man. And enjoy it. Hug her as often as you can. Well, we got a few minutes left, guys. I want to get your picks on tonight's game. The Pacers, like I mentioned, take on the Knicks. They're in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks are favored by 4.5. AG, what's your thoughts on this series, my man?
I'll say to start the series, game one, I think the Knicks are going to have the home court advantage. I love what their point guard, I can't think of his name right now, is doing, the lefty. Jalen is a lefty like I am, so he's out there putting on a clinic sometimes, and he's a great leader on that team. So I say them and the Big Cat take game one. No, I'm not a score guy. Just say, hey, they go out there and get the victory for their home crowd and build that momentum. Not saying they're going to win the series, but saying in game one, they're definitely going to have it in the bag.
Rav and AG, I agree with you, man, because New York just seems like a team that's playing with a major chip on their shoulder and just with a lot of conviction. All four of these teams are like I mentioned, but New York in particular, man, and I know Tatum, that'll be the argument that they'll say it's an asterisk or whatever. What it is. They won. That's part of the game. Injuries happen.
Exactly.
You know, so I hate when people say, well, it's an asterisk. Well, that's called sports. You know, there's people get hurt all the time. So they did what they had to do and win. Raff, you look at Tyrese Halliburton, and you mentioned this, and I was talking to a buddy of ours, Raff Akam Udofia last night. And he mentioned something, a good point to where, yes, Tyrese Halliburton is that guy that you think of when you think of Indiana, but man, they have like just a committee, a cadre of guys that support that team. Who do you like him, brother?
Well, I don't even think they need to play the series. I think it'll be the Knicks and Oklahoma City in the finals.
I like that, Raff, but they got to play the games. We got rap rules coming in. I love it. I love rap rules. I love it. Rap's like, you know what? Let's just get to the finals. Let's go.
They don't call me the visionary for nothing.
This 2.5 weeks of May. Just forget about it and go to June to the finals.
Absolutely, just skip it all, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson, what do you think on this series, man?
I give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks. They're doing on a great run right now. I don't. And again, to your point, I don't care what they said about the Celtics. They beat them. They beat the defending champions. Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine with me. So yeah, give me the Knicks. The Pacers are good too. I wouldn't be surprised to see this series go to like 6. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's not gonna get to 7. But yeah, give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks.
Yeah, I would say with Indianapolis, with Halliburton, don't underestimate them though. You got to come in and play your ball.
Agree.
And I don't think the Knicks will do. I'm not saying the Knicks will do that, but for the team that played, for any team that's played Indianapolis or Indy and not give them their respect, they paid for it.
Yes, they
did. Halliburton showed up in that big in game in the first round, second round as well against the teams they played against, and drove in a point because they watch the news too. You know, they every now and then they'll peek at it and see what the media is saying, see what other teams are saying, what type of respect they get in. And they know when a team is not respecting them. They know, as an athlete, when a player is not respecting you to your caliber. And so Halliburton, I know he took over some games in the last series they had. So be wise, be wary, and keep respect for those Pacers.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Raff, take us home, my man.
Well, tomorrow we could come back and be living in a world with no tush push. We'll find out.
We
They need to stop.
We're
They
going
need
to
to
talk
stop
about
it.
that
And
tomorrow.
it's Green. It's my team too. They need to stop. They need to stop.
Meeting
It's
with
part of sports. It's part of football. Just learn how to do it yourself and get good at it. And that's this is my first little, remark about it. So
You're such a Packer, AG. All right, everyone.
I am, but they need to stop. Just stop. So,
Have a great
sorry,
day.
Raff. Go ahead.
Oh no, have a great day. Be nice to each other, and I always agree with AG. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh,